Imagine this. You're in a team meeting, and a colleague just dismissed your idea with a sarcastic joke. Everyone lets out an uncomfortable laugh. Your face gets hot. Your heart pounds. You have two choices. Snap back and look unprofessional, or stay silent and look weak. But what if you had a third option? A method of verbal jiu-jitsu rooted in military-grade psychology that doesn't just stop the attack, but hijacks it. This is how you dismantle a bully, make them regret targeting you, and reclaim your power, all while keeping a calm, controlled smile. This isn't about comebacks. It's about command. Why it works. Here's the brutal truth. Bullies run a script. They hand you a role, either the screaming villain or the silent victim, and they expect you to play your part. Your anger or your fear is their reward. It proves they control the game. Verbal jiu-jitsu works because it shreds their script. When you respond with cold, calculated calm instead of hot emotion, you create a glitch in their brain. You violate the fundamental rules of their pathetic game. Their aggression has nowhere to go, so it backfires, making them look unstable, while you look utterly in command. This isn't about clever comebacks. It's about frame control. You dismantle their world and build yours in place, one where your calm is the ultimate power. It's efficient, devastating, and it makes you unforgettable for all the right reasons. Stop trying to win arguments. Start winning the psychological war. Here is the exact 3-step formula to do it.
So let's move from theory to action. How do you actually perform this verbal jiu-jitsu? It boils down to a clean 3-step framework. This isn't a collection of magic words. It's a repeatable strategy that you can adapt to any situation. Master these 3 steps, and you will have the blueprint to disarm anyone who tries to disrespect you. Step 1. The anchor. Pause and absorb. The concept is to break the instinctual cycle by introducing a deliberate pause. When the attack comes, your first and most powerful move is simple. Do not react instantly. Take a breath. Let the comment hang in the air for a moment. This does 2 things. It gives you a crucial second to engage your logic, not your emotion, and it unnerves the aggressor, who expected an immediate, heated response. You are signaling that their words are being processed, not just felt. Step 2. The redirect. Reframe and question. To redirect the aggressive energy by reframing the insult as a curiosity. Gripped. Instead of defending yourself, you gently seize control of the frame. You do this with a calm, almost curious question. For example, it sounds like you feel very strongly about that. You are not repeating the insult. You are holding up a mirror to their behavior and forcing them to explain the aggression. This immediately puts them on the defensive. Step 3. The lock-in. State your boundary and exit. Define what is acceptable and then gracefully ending the confrontation. The final step is to lock in your win and exit the game. After their flustered response, or silence, you state your boundary calmly and decisively. I'm happy to discuss this professionally when you're ready. Then you physically disengage. Turn away, address someone else. This final move demonstrates that you, not they, have decided the interaction is over. You have taken their attack and used it to demonstrate your own unshakable poise. Let's apply this 3-step framework to a more practical explanation. Imagine a colleague trying to steal credit for your hard work with a sarcastic remark, a situation many of us face at work. Here's how to deal with it using the formula.
First scenario, the credit stealer. You've just finished explaining a complex solution you developed when a colleague, Sarah, chimes in, leaning forward to capture the room's attention. I'm glad John finally laid that out. It really aligns with the core principles I've been pushing for months. If we can just execute on my basic vision here, we'll be in good shape. The moment demands a response that is surgical in its precision, reclaiming your contribution without sounding defensive. The key lies not in saying, "It was my idea," but in re-anchoring the specifics of your work in the room's memory. You take a calm breath, maintaining an even professional tone, and direct your reply to Sarah while keeping your body open to the rest of the team to signal this is a group matter. Thanks for connecting it to the broader context, Sarah. To make sure the team has absolute clarity, the specific workflow automation and the vendor pricing model I just detailed are new actionable components. Perhaps you could outline how your earlier principles directly informed these specific technical designs. The response is not only professional, but works with immediate effect as well. You first neutrally acknowledge her comment to display maturity.
Then pivot to explicitly restate your unique contributions, forcing the facts into the record. Finally, you place the burden of proof back on her with a polite request for specifics, making any further attempt to steal credit appear blatantly desperate to everyone present.
Let's consider another scenario where the insecure person is your boss. Now, the power dynamic makes the application of the formula more delicate. One day in a meeting, your manager, in a meeting on quarterly performance, passes a comment, "Well, I suppose we should hear from you now. Let's hope for a pleasant surprise this time, and not a repeat of the last few months." This public shaming demands a response that corrects the record, but without sounding defensive. The strategy is to first reframe their sarcasm as a simple request for an update, projecting total control. Then you must pivot immediately to a factual, data-driven rebuttal that uses pre-established metrics to dismantle their false narrative. This helps anchoring your defense in shared documents to make their comment seem uninformed, biased, looming in the air. This is how you do it. I'd be happy to provide that update. The data from last quarter shows my projects not only met but exceeded the key performance indicators we set, particularly for on-time delivery. The detailed report, which I circulated last week, confirms this performance and its direct positive impact on our team goals. This consistent track record is precisely why I'm confident in the results we'll deliver this quarter. This is the essence of verbal jiu-jitsu. You've efficiently hijacked their attack and made them regret targeting you, all while demonstrating undeniable command. Now you have the blueprint and you've seen it in action, but knowing the lines isn't enough. You need to own the role. The final piece isn't about what you say to them, it's about the mental shift you make within yourself. We discuss this separately in a new section named The Inner Game and Advanced Application. Now then, knowing what to say is only half the battle. The real power comes from the inner shift that makes those words unshakable. This next section is about forging that mindset. First, we ensure how to lock down the internal composure that stops self-doubt from sabotaging you. Then, we flip the script entirely to see how to use this same skill, not just for defense, but to proactively build your influence and become a true leader. Part A. Fortifying your mindset. Silencing the inner critic. Acknowledge the fear. Your mind might scream, "This is too calculated," or "What if I look cold?" Remember, this isn't about being robotic. It's about choosing response over reaction. You are replacing chaos with control, and control is the essence of true confidence. Emotional distance through framing. Teach a cognitive reframing trick. Before you walk into any room, tell yourself, "I am a strategist, not a soldier." Your job isn't to absorb emotional attacks, it's to observe behavior and apply the correct tool. This simple shift turns a personal insult into a procedural problem to be solved. The power of the pause revisited. Deepen the concept of the first step. That initial pause is your anchor. In that silence, you are not hesitating. You are commanding the room. You are giving yourself permission to choose your next move. And that is a power the aggressor has already lost. Second part is elevating the skill. There's a principle of social gravity involved here. When you consistently handle attacks with this level of poise, you stop having to defend your value. You demonstrate it. People are naturally drawn to those who remain calm in a storm. This verbal jiu-jitsu stops being a mere defense tactic and starts becoming the core of a formidable personal brand. How to apply proactively? Use the reframe and question step to elevate team discussions. If a debate gets heated, you can interject with, "It seems we're all passionate about finding the best path. Can we reframe this conflict as a sign we're exploring all options thoroughly?" You're now using jiu-jitsu to build consensus, becoming a leader. Conclusion and call to action for applying the inner game. This isn't just about shutting down a bully. It's about installing a new operating system for all your interactions. You now have the tools to defend your space, the mindset to hold your ground, and the vision to use this skill to build a reputation of unshakable competence and intelligence. We have the strategy and the mindset. Now let's lock in the final piece, the delivery. Because the exact same words can land as a weak defense or a powerful command based entirely on how you deliver them. The delivery blueprint, which addressed the tone, the body language, and the smile. Starting with tone. Your tone must be your anchor. Aim for calm pitch, low volume, and measured pace. Avoid a rising inflection that sounds like a question or a plea. You are stating facts, not asking for permission. Practice removing all traces of heat and emotion. Your calmness is the weapon that contrasts their chaos. Second aspect, the body language. Your body must support your words. Stillness is power. Avoid fidgeting, nodding too much, or crossing your arms defensively. Instead, keep your posture open and relaxed. When you deliver your line, make a slow, deliberate gesture, if needed, or simply keep your hands at your sides. You project control by being physically controlled. Last aspect of the delivery blueprint, the smile. This is the masterstroke. This is not a smile of joy or friendliness. It's a subtle, closed-mouth smile of knowing assurance. It's the smile you have when you see a puzzle piece click into place. It communicates, I am not threatened, and I see exactly what you're doing. It confuses the aggressor and signals supreme confidence to everyone else. Conclusion to the video. Combine this strategic framework with this unshakable mindset and this precise delivery, and you are no longer just learning a comeback. You are learning a new way to move through the world with command. So the next time someone tries to throw you off balance, remember, you don't have to react. You can respond. You now have the power to turn their aggression into your advantage. Put this human hack to the test. If you're ready to leave the days of feeling powerless behind, then like this video, subscribe to the channel,
Control psychology for mastering social combat, and I will see you in the next one.